Hello, and today I want to talk to you about clean eating. And clean eating is basically eating foods as close to nature as you can, fruits and vegetables, some whole grains, clean pasture-raised meats. And it doesn't have to be super hard. It can be easy to do. I started eating clean several years ago. I can't even remember how long it's been. It's been probably 15 years. But yeah, I've been eating clean for a while now, so it's kind of like second nature. And the reason I started eating clean and I started learning about it was I used to be a caffeine junkie, a sugar junkie. If I started feeling like my energy would crash, I'd eat some peanut M&Ms or some other candy, or I would have another caffeinated drink, and my energy levels would like spike and then crash, spike and then crash. And then at one time, it eventually got to where my energies was low. No amount of sugar, no amount of caffeine would pick me up. It's kind of like chronic fatigue. I felt tired all the time. It was hard to get out of bed, hard to make it through the day, especially, in the afternoons, that afternoon slump. And I was like, wow, what can I do? And then I learned about clean eating. And the biggest thing that helped me was ditching the sugar. And it was hard. It took a couple of weeks. And oh my gosh, if you've ever tried to get off of caffeine, you know what I'm talking about. The headaches. It was almost like migraine, so much pain. But I tell you, it was worth it, because at the end, I have energy now that I've never had in my whole life. Maybe when I was a child, but it was like forever. I couldn't remember having this much energy, and sustainable just by eating real food and not eating as much sugar and staying away from caffeine. So you don't have to stay away from caffeine, but you can minimize it. I stay away from caffeine just because I don't like the way it feels anymore in my body. But I know other people that eat clean and have a little bit of caffeine. And if you just have a little bit in the morning, that's fine. Just try to limit your caffeine use. But anyways, let's dive into the 3 hacks to help you, especially you busy moms out there. I know you're like, oh, I don't have time. Well, the biggest thing is when you go to the grocery store, stay as much as you can on the outer rim, and stay away from processed food. That's where you're going to get more of the stuff that's going to wreak havoc on your body. And eat as much produce you can, fresh produce. And if you can't get fresh produce, get the frozen. They're frozen right at the peak of their ripeness. And so they are a healthy alternative. Just make sure there's no added ingredients. And as I'm talking about ingredients, that's another thing. When you're shopping in the stores, make sure you can understand the ingredients. And I like to get ingredients that are close to nature as you can get. Like my almond milk that I use, all of the ingredients that are in there, and it's a vanilla almond milk. It's just water, filtered water, almonds, and natural vanilla beans. And that is it. I love it because it's just simple ingredients. The simpler the ingredients, the better for you. And a bonus, if you have a farmer's market near you, get your produce at the farmer's market. They pick it when it's the best, right on the vine. So you're going to get vegetables and fruit that taste as good as they can get. They're going to taste sweeter usually than anything that you can find in the store, and taste better. It's funny, a lot of people are like, oh, I hate vegetables. But once they taste some from the farmer's market, they're like, oh my God, this is good. Because they don't get picked before they're ripe. And so they've got all the nutrients in there and all the flavors in there when they're picked at their peak. So that's hack number 1, is shop the aisles and as close to nature as you can. And the second one, as far as produce goes, learn what the clean 15 and the dirty dozen are. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let me share my screen. The clean 15, and these are ones that you don't have to worry as much if they need to be organic. The dirty dozen, you want to get organic. And I get organic pretty much everything if I can. But I know that a lot of people, that's hard. It could be hard on your budget, and it also could be hard to remember. So you can take this, take a screenshot of this and take it with you to the store so you know. So the clean 15 are avocados, a lot of things that have, like bananas, oranges, things that have a hard peel. You're going to be fairly safe that the pesticides didn't get into your fruit and vegetables. And that's what we're trying to stay away from, is all the pesticides, because that really can wreak havoc on your system. And speaking of that, you want to get your oats organic, because they're one of the most heavily sprayed grains out there. So here are the clean 15. These are the ones that you don't have to worry so much about being organic. And that's avocados, sweet corn, pineapples, onions, papaya, sweet peas. You want to get the frozen kind, eggplant, asparagus, broccoli, cabbage, kiwi, cauliflower, mushrooms, honeydew melon, and cantaloupe. And the ones that you really want to make sure you get organic is strawberries, spinach, kale, collard greens. I think all greens, I like to get those organic. Nectarines, apples, grapes, cherries, peaches, pears, bell, and hot peppers. Let's just throw peppers in there. Celery and tomatoes. So those are the ones that you definitely want to get organic. The other hacks is to ditch the sugar. And what I mean by ditching the sugar is the refined processed sugar, like the white sugar. That wreaks havoc on your body. It really goes into your bloodstream right away. So you have a huge spike, energy spike, and then a crash. And it raises your insulin levels. What you want to do, if you can have fruit, especially when you eat the whole fruit with like an apple with the rind, your body needs to digest it. So it takes a while for it to absorb all the sugar. So it's not like that big, huge sugar rush. Your body can handle it more than having that injection of sugar from the refined sugar. And some of the things you can do is use honey or maple syrup instead, and use dates. Some people use dates to sweeten their food. So those are some great alternatives. And I'm not saying that you have to always stay away from sugar. Limit it as much as you can. I still eat dark chocolate every once in a while. Sometimes I will have a cupcake. My rule for myself is to 80-90% of the time, I eat clean. I stay away from sugar, but I get to play with that other 10 to 20%, which means a lot of times, from what I've been doing lately, is Sunday is kind of my cheat day. And because my husband and I go to the farmer's market, and sometimes we'll go get a crepe with Nutella, because I love Nutella. And sometimes we'll get French toast, cinnamon roll French toast. And I usually have a mocha that day, a decaf mocha. And if you've been eating clean, your body can handle every once in a while going away from that diet. And it won't mess with your energy levels as much. But if you do it for a few days, you will start experiencing those big crashes and everything like you did before. So it's best to stay away from sugar as much as possible, but don't be obsessed about it, is what I'm trying to say. You got to live a little, and that's how I approach it. And one of the bonus hacks that I want to talk about is drinking water. Drink half your body weight in water. So if you weigh 120 pounds, that means drink 60 ounces of water every day. And what I love to do first thing in the morning, the first 10 minutes of waking up, I make 20 ounces of lemon water, warm lemon water, with a pinch of Himalayan salt to get the added minerals. And that helps hydrate my body, because our bodies during the night get really dehydrated because we've been fasting for 8, 9 hours. So it hydrates your organs, hydrates your whole body, and it helps you flush out anything you need to flush out too. And it's great. And lemon water, when I started adding that, again, my skin started glowing, my eyes started sparkling. I tell you, that happened when I got rid of the sugar. Oh, wow. My skin really cleared up when I got rid of the sugar. And it's just amazing when just these little hacks really can help. So yeah, so those are the 3 cleaning hacks I wanted to share with you today. I do have a freebie for you guys. It's the 5 clean eating hacks for glowing skin and boundless energy. I'll have the link down below for you. And if you found this helpful, you can save it for later, and please pass it on. Maybe somebody else would benefit from this. Clean eating is a lifestyle, and I would like you to approach this step by step. Maybe slowly add in some organic fruits and vegetables, or start cutting back on your sugar intake. Maybe cut back a little bit on your caffeine. Take one step at a time so you're not overwhelmed and you have these little wins. Because if you have wins, that really helps your happy hormones, and it tells your brain, yes, we're winning, let's keep going. And you'll keep doing it more and more and more, and you'll start adding it in, because it's a lifestyle, not a quick, I want to say get rich quick. And so if you take these small steps, you will get there, and give yourself that little playroom like I have, 10 to 20%. I know you can do this. I believe in you. Thank you so much for watching this video, and have a great day.